Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Have you ever woken up feeling lost, unmotivated, or unclear about where your life is heading? You're not alone. In a world full of noise and endless distractions, motivation fades and clarity disappears. But here's the truth. You don't need a miracle. You need daily habits that anchor you, guide you, and fuel your inner power. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 simple yet life-changing habits that will help you rise each day with motivation, live with clarity, and walk confidently toward your true purpose. The power of daily alignment. Every day when you open your eyes, life presents you with a choice. You can drift through the hours, letting circumstances decide how you feel, or you can rise with intention, aligning your mind, body, and spirit to create the day you want. This is the power of daily alignment. The truth that your destiny is shaped not by what you occasionally do, but by what you consistently practice. Too often, we think of motivation as something mysterious, something that either shows up or doesn't. Some days you feel unstoppable, while on other days you can't even gather the strength to take the first step. But here's the reality. Motivation doesn't just appear. It is built, nurtured, and sustained through the habits you create. The same is true for clarity. Clarity isn't found in the middle of chaos. It is cultivated when you align yourself daily with practices that clear your mind, open your heart, and sharpen your focus. Think of alignment like tuning a musical instrument. If a guitar is out of tune, no matter how well you play it, the music will sound off. The same is true for your life. When you begin your day without alignment, rushing, scattered, distracted, you carry that discord into everything you do. But when you align yourself first thing in the morning, the music of your day plays with harmony. Your thoughts flow smoother. Your energy feels lighter. Your decisions become clearer. Alignment doesn't mean controlling every moment of the day. It means starting with the right foundation. Just as a compass sets direction, daily alignment points you toward motivation and clarity. Without it, you may still move, but you'll move without purpose, drifting into distractions. With it, every step has meaning, and even challenges feel easier to face. This is why habits matter so deeply. They are the invisible architecture of your life. Each small choice you make daily, whether to pause in silence, to practice gratitude, to move your body, to set intentions, or to reflect, creates a structure of discipline and energy that fuels your spirit. Over time, these small practices compound, creating massive transformation. Ask yourself, what do I want my days to build? Confusion or clarity? Frustration or focus? Fear or motivation? Your answer lies not in wishful thinking, but in the habits you choose to practice every single day. The power of daily alignment is this. It takes you from living reactively to living intentionally. You stop being a passenger in your life and start being the driver. You no longer wait for motivation. You create it. You no longer search for clarity. You cultivate it. So remember, each day is a fresh chance to align. When you wake up tomorrow, don't just drift. Pause, breathe, set the tone. Because how you begin your day shapes how you live your life. And your habits will become the blueprint of your destiny. Habit 1. Morning stillness. The way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. If you begin rushed, distracted, and overwhelmed, you carry that same scattered energy into everything that follows. But if you begin with stillness, grounded, calm, and intentional, you create a foundation of clarity and focus that fuels motivation throughout the day. That's why the first habit for motivation and clarity is morning stillness. Morning stillness is the practice of creating space for silence before the world demands your attention. It's those first few quiet minutes after waking, when your mind is fresh and your heart is open, that hold incredible power. Instead of immediately grabbing your phone, checking notifications, or rushing into tasks, you pause, you breathe, you give yourself the gift of presence. Why is this so powerful? Because your mind in the morning is like soft clay. It can be shaped. If you feed it noise, stress, and distractions right away, it hardens around that chaos. But if you feed it peace, clarity, and intention, it shapes itself into focus and balance. Morning stillness allows you to start the day as the master of your mind, not a prisoner of your circumstances. There are many ways to practice morning stillness, and it doesn't have to be complicated. For some, it's meditation, sitting quietly, breathing deeply, and observing thoughts without judgment. For others, it's prayer, connecting with divine guidance before stepping into the day. It could also be mindful breathing, journaling a few reflections, or simply sitting in silence with a warm cup of tea. What matters is not the method, but the intention, to begin your day with inner calm rather than outer chaos. Even 5 minutes of morning stillness can transform your day. In those moments, you give yourself permission to slow down, to listen inwardly, and to align with your higher self. You remind yourself that you are not just a body rushing through tasks. You are a soul creating a life. This shift brings clarity, and clarity breeds motivation. Think of an archer preparing to shoot an arrow. Before releasing, they must first draw back the bow in stillness, focusing their energy. Morning stillness is that draw. It gathers your inner power, aligns your direction, and ensures that when you step into the day, your energy is sharp and intentional. Without that pause, you may still act, but your actions will scatter like arrows shot without aim. The beauty of morning stillness is that it also builds resilience. Life will bring challenges, interruptions, and stress, but when you've started your day grounded, you are less shaken by the noise. You move through the day with a calm center, able to respond instead of react. So tomorrow, before you rush into the world, take a moment to pause. Even if it's just sitting in silence with your breath, begin there. Because the way you start shapes the way you continue. And stillness at the beginning leads to clarity and motivation all the way through. Why stillness creates motivation? At first, stillness may sound like the opposite of motivation. How can sitting quietly, breathing deeply, or simply pausing in silence possibly make you feel more energized, focused, and driven? Shouldn't motivation come from action, from moving, from doing? The truth is, stillness is not inactivity. It is preparation. It is the foundation upon which true motivation is built. Think of an archer with a bow. Before releasing the arrow, they must pull back, steady themselves, and aim with focus. That pause is not wasted. It's essential. Without it, the arrow would never fly with precision. Stillness works the same way in your life. It gathers your scattered energy, calms your racing thoughts, and centers you. So when you step into action, you move with clarity and strength. Here's why stillness creates motivation. It clears the mental clutter. Most of us wake up and immediately flood our minds with noise, social media, emails, to-do lists, and worries. All of this creates confusion, and confusion kills motivation. But when you begin with stillness, you give your mind space to reset. You filter out distractions and reconnect to what truly matters. And when you are clear, motivation naturally follows. Stillness also creates motivation by reconnecting you to your why. When you pause, you can hear the quiet voice within, the one that reminds you of your purpose, your dreams, and your deeper calling. Without stillness, that voice gets drowned out by the noise of the world. But in silence, you rediscover the reason behind your actions. And purpose is the strongest motivator there is. Another reason stillness fuels motivation is that it shifts your state from reactivity to proactivity. Without it, you start the day reacting, answering messages, rushing into tasks, responding to demands. But with stillness, you take back control. You decide how you want to feel, how you want to show up, and where you want to focus your energy. Motivation grows when you feel in charge of your life instead of controlled by it. And here's something powerful. Stillness restores your energy. Just like a phone needs to be charged before it works at full capacity, Your mind and spirit need stillness to recharge. A few minutes of deep breathing or meditation in the morning can restore more energy than an hour of frantic activity. With renewed energy comes renewed motivation. So the next time you feel unmotivated, don't rush into more activity. Instead, pause, breathe, sit in stillness. It may feel counterintuitive, but that pause is what unlocks the drive you've been searching for. Motivation is not about forcing yourself to act. It's about aligning yourself so action flows naturally. Remember, stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the source of focused movement. It is the pause that gives meaning to motion, the silence that gives strength to the sound, and the foundation that gives power to your actions. Habit 2. Gratitude practice. If morning stillness is the foundation for your day, then gratitude is the fuel that powers it forward. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It is a conscious practice of shifting your focus from what is missing to what is already present, from what you lack to what you already have. And when you do this daily, you awaken clarity, joy, and a steady source of motivation that no external circumstance can take away. Most people believe they will feel grateful once they achieve more, once they get the promotion, buy the car, or reach the milestone. But the truth is, gratitude doesn't wait for achievement. Gratitude creates the mindset that makes achievement possible. It is not a result of success, it is the foundation of it. Here's why. Your brain is wired to focus on problems. It constantly scans for what's wrong, what's missing, and what could go wrong next. While this helps with survival, it also creates stress and negativity that cloud your clarity. Gratitude interrupts this pattern. It retrains your mind to notice what is working, what is beautiful, and what you already have. In that shift, your energy transforms. Think about it. When you start your morning by saying, "I'm grateful for my breath, my health, the roof over my head, the people who support me," suddenly the stress about unanswered emails or small inconveniences feels lighter. You see your blessings clearly, and that clarity motivates you to use them well. Gratitude reminds you that you already have resources, strengths, and opportunities worth building upon. The practice itself is simple but powerful. Each morning, write down 3 things you are grateful for. Don't just write big achievements. Write the little things too. The warmth of your morning coffee, the sunlight streaming through the window, a laugh you shared yesterday. These small acknowledgements shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. And the more you practice, the more you'll notice. Gratitude has a compounding effect. When you consistently look for blessings, you train your brain to find them everywhere. Suddenly, clarity comes more naturally. You stop obsessing over what you don't have and start clearly seeing what you can do with what you do have. Motivation flows because you no longer feel empty, you feel full. But gratitude doesn't just affect your inner world. It changes how you show up in the outer world. A grateful person radiates positivity, attracts opportunities, and inspires others. When you walk into a room with gratitude in your heart, people feel it. It opens doors that complaining and negativity never could. So, make gratitude a daily habit. Don't wait for perfect circumstances to be grateful. Create perfect circumstances by being grateful. Start your day by listing your blessings and end your day by reflecting on them. Over time, you'll notice a profound shift. Life feels clearer, lighter, and far more motivating. Gratitude fuels clarity. Gratitude is more than a positive feeling. It is a powerful lens that changes how you see the world. When life feels overwhelming, confusing, or directionless, gratitude acts like a compass. It clears the fog, reveals the bigger picture, and guides you back to what truly matters. This is why gratitude doesn't just fuel motivation, it fuels clarity. Think about it. When you are focused on what you don't have, your mind becomes scattered. You start comparing yourself to others, doubting yourself, and questioning your path. This mental clutter blocks clarity. But the moment you shift your focus to what you do have, the noise softens. Gratitude declutters the mind. It clears the space for truth, perspective, and wisdom to enter. Here's how it works. Gratitude reprograms your brain. Studies in neuroscience show that practicing gratitude consistently strengthens neural pathways linked to optimism, focus, and decision-making. Instead of constantly scanning for problems, your mind begins to notice opportunities. Instead of being stuck in fear, you begin to see possibilities, and in that shift, clarity arises. Imagine two people facing the same situation. Both lose a job. One focuses on loss, saying, "Why me? Life is unfair. I have nothing left." The other practices gratitude, saying, "I'm thankful for the skills I gained, the experiences I had, and the chance to now create something new." Same situation, two completely different levels of clarity. The first person feels trapped, the second sees a path forward. That is the power of gratitude. It doesn't erase challenges, but it changes how you see them. Gratitude also brings clarity by grounding you in the present moment. So often, confusion comes from living too much in the past or worrying too much about the future. Gratitude anchors you here and now. When you say, "I am grateful for this moment, for this breath, for this opportunity," you remind yourself that clarity doesn't live in someday, it lives in today. Another way gratitude fuels clarity is by aligning you with your values. When you list what you are thankful for, patterns emerge. Maybe you're consistently grateful for your family, your creativity, or the moments you spend helping others. That's clarity. It reveals what truly matters to you. And once you see what matters, you can align your goals, actions, and energy with those values. Gratitude also dissolves comparison, which is one of the biggest enemies of clarity. When you're busy looking at someone else's life, you blur your own vision. But when you practice gratitude, you stop needing someone else's path. You see the beauty in your own. And that awareness gives you a clear direction forward. So if you feel lost or confused, don't overthink it. Start with gratitude. Write down your blessings, speak them aloud, or simply reflect on them in silence. Gratitude will quiet the noise, clear the fog, and show you that the answers you seek are often already within your reach. Habit 3. Intentional movement. If stillness nourishes your soul and gratitude strengthens your mind, then movement energizes your body, the vessel that carries both. Motivation and clarity are not only mental or spiritual, they are deeply physical as well. Your body is the engine of your energy, and when you treat it with care, it rewards you with focus, drive, and vitality. That's why the third daily habit is intentional movement. Movement is more than exercise, it is a form of awakening. When your body moves, your energy flows. When your energy flows, your mind clears. And when your mind clears, motivation naturally rises. Have you noticed how after a walk, a stretch, or a workout, you suddenly feel more focused, calmer, and even inspired? That's not a coincidence. It's biology and spirituality working together. Here's why movement matters. Your body stores tension, stress, and even unprocessed emotions. When you remain still for too long, that energy stagnates, leaving you sluggish, foggy, and unmotivated. But when you move, you release what's been trapped. Your blood flows, oxygen increases, endorphins rise, and clarity returns. It's like unclogging a river. The water flows freely again, carrying with it fresh energy and life. Intentional movement doesn't mean you need hours at the gym or extreme workouts. It simply means moving with presence and purpose. This could be yoga, stretching, a 10-minute walk outside, dancing to music, or mindful breathing exercises that move energy through the body. What matters is not the intensity, but the consistency and the awareness you bring to it. Think of it as a daily conversation with your body. Each time you move intentionally, you're telling yourself, "I value my energy. I honor my vessel. I am preparing myself to show up fully today." That mindset fuels motivation because you feel connected, strong, and capable. Movement also improves clarity by quieting mental noise. When your body is active, your mind often enters a state of flow. This is why some of your best ideas come while walking, jogging, or stretching. Movement untangles thoughts, bringing fresh perspectives and solutions you couldn't see before. On a spiritual level, Intentional movement grounds you in the present moment. Whether it's through mindful yoga poses or simply noticing your steps as you walk, you reconnect with your body and the now. And clarity always lives in the now, not in the regrets of the past or the worries of the future. So begin each day with intentional movement. Start small if you need to. Stretch for 5 minutes, take a mindful walk, or breathe deeply while raising your arms to the sky. The key is to move with awareness, not autopilot. As you do this daily, you'll notice your mornings feel lighter, your focus sharper, and your motivation stronger. Remember, stillness centers you, gratitude clears you, but movement activates you. Together, these habits align body, mind, and spirit, creating the energy you need to live with clarity and purpose. The mind-body connection. Your body and mind are not separate. They are deeply interconnected. Every thought you think affects how your body feels, and every action your body takes influences how your mind operates. This is the essence of the mind-body connection, and understanding it is crucial if you want to sustain daily motivation and clarity. Think about a time you were stressed. Did your shoulders tighten? Did your breathing grow shallow? Did your stomach feel uneasy? That was your mind affecting your body. Now think about a time you went for a walk, danced, or stretched. Didn't your mind feel lighter, calmer, and more focused afterward? That was your body influencing your mind. They are in constant conversation, and the quality of that conversation shapes your life. When your body is stagnant, your mind often feels stuck. Lack of movement can lead to foggy thinking, low energy, and a loss of motivation. But when your body is active, your brain lights up. Blood circulation improves, endorphins are released, and the nervous system resets. This is why intentional movement isn't just about physical health. It's about mental clarity and spiritual energy. Science backs this up. Exercise and mindful movement are proven to reduce stress, sharpen focus, and boost creativity. But beyond science, there's something deeply spiritual about the mind-body connection. Your body is the vessel of your soul, the temple that carries your spirit. When you nurture it, honor it, and move it with intention, you open pathways for clarity and energy to flow. Here's the beautiful truth. You don't have to wait for motivation to move. Movement itself creates motivation. If you sit still waiting for inspiration, it may never come. But if you take action, stretching, walking, breathing, your body signals your mind. We are ready. Let's move forward. That shift can spark the very motivation you were missing. On the other side, the mind also fuels the body. When your thoughts are heavy with negativity, I can't, I'm tired, I'll fail. Your body responds with lethargy and resistance. But when your thoughts are empowering, I can, I am strong, I will try. Your body rises with energy. This is why affirmations paired with movement are so powerful. Saying I am capable while standing tall or walking briskly imprints that belief not only in your mind, but in your body as well. The mind-body connection teaches us that clarity is not just about thinking harder, it's about aligning thought with action. When the body and mind move together in harmony, your inner power expands. You feel motivated because you're no longer fighting yourself. You're working as one whole being. So nurture this connection every day. Move your body with awareness and choose thoughts that uplift you. Stand tall, breathe deeply, walk mindfully, and remind yourself, I am aligned, I am clear, I am motivated. Because when your body supports your mind and your mind empowers your body, you unlock the unstoppable energy within you. The energy to live each day with clarity and purpose. Habit 4, daily intention setting. Motivation without direction is like fire without focus. It burns quickly but fades fast. Clarity without purpose is like light without aim. It illuminates but doesn't guide. That's why one of the most powerful habits you can practice daily is intention setting. Intention is not just about what you want to do. It's about how you want to be. It is the practice of guiding your energy before the day unfolds, so that no matter what challenges arise, you move with purpose instead of drifting aimlessly. Every morning, before diving into tasks or responsibilities, pause and ask yourself, what do I want to create today? How do I want to show up? The answer could be simple. Today I choose peace. Or today I choose focus. Or today I choose courage. By naming your intention, you give your mind a compass. Instead of being pulled in 1,000 directions, you anchor yourself to one guiding star. Why does this matter? Because without intention, it's easy to lose yourself in the noise of the day. Emails, deadlines, other people's demands, all of these can scatter your energy. But when you've set an intention, you filter everything through it. If your intention is clarity, you ask, does this bring me closer to clarity or confusion? If your intention is growth, you ask, does this choice help me expand or hold me back? Suddenly, your decisions become easier and your actions more aligned. Intention setting also transforms motivation. Instead of relying on fleeting feelings, you create a reason to act. You no longer wait for motivation, you embody it. For example, if your intention is, I choose consistency, then even when you don't feel like exercising, you remind yourself of that intention, and it pushes you forward. Intention gives meaning to your actions, and meaning is the fuel that sustains motivation. Here's a simple way to practice. Each morning, take a journal and write down one clear intention for the day. Keep it positive, simple, and focused. It could be a word, a phrase, or a sentence. Then, throughout the day, return to it. Repeat it to yourself when you feel distracted. Reflect on it when challenges arise. Let it guide not just what you do, but how you do it. Remember, intentions are not rigid rules. They are living reminders. Some days, your intention may be productivity. Other days, it may be rest. Some days, it may be patience or compassion. Whatever it is, let it be true to what your soul needs in that moment. When you live with intention, you stop living reactively. You stop letting life happen to you and start consciously creating it. Each day becomes purposeful, each action meaningful, and each step aligned with the bigger picture of who you want to become. So tomorrow morning, before the noise of the world enters your mind, pause, breathe, set your intention, because the direction you choose in that quiet moment will shape the entire course of your day. Habit 5. Evening reflection. If mornings are about setting the tone, evenings are about learning the lessons. Every single day is a teacher, offering experiences that can guide you toward greater motivation and deeper clarity. But only if you pause long enough to reflect. That's why the 5th daily habit is evening reflection. Most people rush through their days and collapse into the night without ever asking, what did this day teach me? Yet without reflection, life becomes repetitive. You carry the same mistakes, the same habits, and the same confusion from one day to the next. Reflection is the pause that turns experience into wisdom. Think of your day as a book. If you close it without reading the last page, you miss the ending. Evening reflection is reading that page. It's looking back with awareness so you can move forward with purpose. Reflection doesn't have to take long. Just 5 to 10 minutes before bed can transform how you see your life. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. What went well today? What challenged me today? What can I learn or improve tomorrow? When you ask these questions, you shift from autopilot to intentional living. You celebrate your wins, no matter how small, which fuels motivation. You acknowledge your challenges without judgment, which builds clarity. And you create a plan for tomorrow, which prevents you from repeating the same mistakes. Here's the power of this habit. Reflection creates closure. It allows you to release the stress, worries, and unfinished energy of the day. Instead of carrying it into your sleep, you let it go. You reset your mind, making space for rest and renewal. And when you wake the next morning, you rise lighter, clearer, and ready to begin again. Evening reflection also deepens gratitude. When you review your day, you often notice blessings you overlooked in the moment. The kind word from a stranger too. He laugh you shared, the progress you made. Recognizing these moments helps you end your day on a note of appreciation, which prepares you to wake up with motivation. Spiritually, reflection connects you to your higher self. It's a dialogue between your human experiences and your soul's wisdom. You step back from the noise of the day and ask, did I live in alignment with my values? Did I honor my purpose? Did I move closer to the person I want to be? These questions create clarity because they remind you that life is not just about doing more, it's about becoming more. Over time, this simple practice compounds. Each day adds a new layer of learning, growth, and self-awareness. Instead of drifting through weeks and months in a blur, you see your progress clearly. Reflection turns your days into stepping stones, each one building upon the last, guiding you toward your highest self. So tonight, before you sleep, pause, ask, listen, learn. End your day with reflection, and you will wake with clarity and motivation. Because the best way to prepare for tomorrow is to learn from today, building your motivated, clear life. We've walked through 5 simple yet powerful habits: morning stillness, gratitude, intentional movement, daily intention setting, and evening reflection. Each of these habits on its own can shift your mindset, but when practiced together, they become a blueprint for a life filled with motivation and clarity. This is not just about adding new routines, it's about transforming the way you live, moment by moment, day by day. Think of your life as a garden. Motivation is the sunlight that helps it grow, and clarity is the water that nourishes it. Without both, the soil dries up or the plants wither. These 5 habits are the tools that allow you to cultivate that garden daily, removing weeds of negativity, planting seeds of gratitude, and creating an environment where growth is inevitable. The key is consistency. Habits shape who we are not because we do them once, but because we repeat them over time. Motivation isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you build by showing up for yourself again and again. Clarity isn't found by accident. It's created through intentional daily practice. And the best part? These habits don't require hours of your day. They only require presence. A few minutes of stillness each morning can change your entire outlook. A simple gratitude list can shift your perspective. A short walk can reset your energy. A one-sentence intention can guide your decisions. A few minutes of reflection can transform experiences into wisdom. Small steps, when repeated daily, lead to massive transformation. But let's be honest, some days you will resist. Some mornings, stillness will feel uncomfortable. Some days, gratitude will feel hard to find. Some evenings, reflection will feel like effort. That's normal. The power is not in perfection, but in persistence. When you keep showing up, even imperfectly, you prove to yourself that you are committed to growth, that persistence builds discipline, and discipline builds freedom. Over time, these habits shift your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone waiting for motivation, and you become someone who creates motivation. You stop waiting for clarity to arrive, and you become someone who lives with clarity. These 5 habits are not just daily practices, they are stepping stones to becoming the highest version of yourself. Remember, your life is the sum of your daily actions. What you do consistently defines who you become. So when you practice stillness, gratitude, movement, intention, and reflection, you are not just shaping your days, you are shaping your destiny. So ask yourself, who do I want to be a year from now? Because the answer is hidden in what you choose to do today. Start small, start simple, start now. Build these habits into your life and you will unlock the energy, focus, and purpose you've been searching for. Because your future self is waiting, not for more excuses, not for the perfect moment, but for you to decide. And the decision begins today, in the daily habits you choose. And now, as we conclude, let's weave everything together with a powerful conclusion. A reminder that these 5 habits are more than routines. They are your gateway to a life of unstoppable motivation and crystal clear clarity. As we come to the close of this journey, let's pause and truly reflect on what we've uncovered together. Motivation and clarity are not mysteries reserved for a chosen few. They are within your reach, waiting for you to claim them. The secret lies not in grand, life-changing events, but in the small, consistent habits you choose every single day. Think about it. Every morning when you rise, you are given a blank canvas. You can let it be scribbled on by distractions, negativity, and chaos, or you can paint it with intention, gratitude, focus, and reflection. These 5 habits, morning stillness, gratitude practice, intentional movement, daily intention setting, and evening reflection, are your brushes and colors. With them, you design not just a day, but a life of purpose. Morning stillness grounds you before the storm of the world arrives. Gratitude shifts your eyes from scarcity to abundance. Movement energizes your body, reminding you that action is fuel for the soul. Setting daily intentions gives you direction, ensuring you don't wander aimlessly but walk with clarity. And evening reflection turns every experience into wisdom, closing the loop and preparing you to begin again with strength. Together, these practices form a cycle, a rhythm that keeps you aligned, motivated, and crystal clear. They are not just habits, they are anchors. On the hardest days, they remind you of your strength. On the most distracting days, they bring you back to center. On the most confusing days, they shine a light on your path. But here's the truth. None of this works without consistency. Habits only reveal their power when you commit to them, even when it feels inconvenient, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, because those are the very moments that matter most. Each time you choose to show up, you rewrite your story. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. And slowly but surely, you become the person you've always wanted to be. So let this be your invitation. Don't just listen, act. Don't just nod in agreement, commit. Tomorrow morning, before the noise of the world reaches you, practice stillness. Tonight, before you drift to sleep, reflect. Write down one thing you're grateful for, one intention you'll carry, one lesson you've learned. Let this become your blueprint. Because motivation doesn't wait for you, it grows within you. Clarity doesn't arrive out of nowhere, it is cultivated daily. The power is in your hands, and the time is now. So I leave you with this. If you want to change your life, start by changing your days. If you want to shape your destiny, start by shaping your habits. If you want to unlock your true potential, begin with these 5 simple practices and watch your world transform. Your future self is waiting. The question is, are you ready to begin today